Hi Taurus, and welcome to your mid-March Lenormand reading. My name is Julia Aurelia and we're going to have a look into every area of life today. We're going to do this with the Seelenreise Lenormand, which translates to Soul Journey Lenormand. And this is a method mostly known in France and Germany, where it's originated from. And you can lay out the large spread, which is what we're going to do, to have a look into business, into finances, love and relationships. So let's have a look. This is a reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising and or Venus sign. Check out your other placements as well. Welcome to all the cross watchers. What are the energies for Taurus? And we start with a change. So the first card is always very important, even though we're going to lay out the large spread today for you. But this is the entrance into the reading, and this reading is from mid-March until mid-April. So we're going to have, or you are going to see, a big change that is coming towards you now. This change might be a little bit difficult. There might be a change connected to something that is quite challenging for you, especially since we do have a solution here. And also the house, there are different placements of the cards. So this card is in the placement of things that are getting better now. So something is going to improve, connected to something that is challenging. There's a change, there's a solution. You're moving into the direction of a solution of a, I would say, very challenging situation. In your private life, I do see a little bit of stress and nervousness. Something could stress you out. You might feel a little bit stressed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. One sec. We need to... Okay, cool. You yourself are in the house of confusion. We see the confusion ahead of you. So there's something in your life where you feel a little bit confused, and it seems to be, it has to do with another person here. So this person I can still see in your near future. We're going to have a look who this is, but I can also see this change is connected to this person. So we're going to dive deeper into every area of life in a second. Okay, I'm just going to lay out all of the cards. I'm just always giving you a couple of information while I am doing laying the cards out. Okay. So the fish is the card for finances. It's also the card for feelings. So it's like two different things. But we're going to use the fish for the finance card. We see the ring here for relationships. This is going to be a really positive change. A really, really positive change coming towards you. Connected to another person. Could be quite emotional for you. But then again, we do have the eclipse season. When I talk about astrology, when I bring it in, I always talk about Vedic astrology, as these are the true placements. And we do have a lunar eclipse in Leo. And we do have a solar eclipse in Pisces. So especially the Pisces solar eclipse is super powerful. It's really highly charged, with a lot of planets being in the house of Pisces. And then we have Saturn, the Lord of Karma, coming into that natural 12th house as well. So this is a big ending. It's the ending of karma. It's karmic justice. It's the destruction of evil. So it's big. This time is like, I mean, eclipses are always big. But this one is going to be incredibly. So deceit, etc., lies are being brought to light. And this is quite interesting because we see the fox in the house of the other person. So the fox can talk about lies and deceit, which refers to another person possibly here. So especially with all the cards that I can see here, there might be something ending connected to another person here. There's some sort of letting go process. It might be internally, that you're letting go internally of something here. But for some of you, it might be that this person has a specific strategy since in the house of the other person. And the other person could be a woman for you. So it's erase this person and put in the picture of the person that you're dealing with. Erase this person and put in your picture. So What I can see here is also that a situation that has been unclear is about to be clear for you. We see the bright side of the clouds next to you. So a confusion situation here with the other person, something is going to clear up for you. You are going to have clarity. It might be that this person is just somebody who is strategizing. So it doesn't necessarily need to be about deceit and lies. It could also be connected to somebody who has a specific strategy now, who's very smart and very clever. But we do also see the clouds in the house of the snake. Now, it feels like there is a situation that is ongoing, because the snakes is twists and turns. It's nothing that is like straightforward. So there might be some confusion connected to a situation that is just, it feels like it's not getting anywhere, or just very slowly. There are delays, there are setbacks, there are possibly, I mean, snake could be manipulation. So especially this being in the house of the moon, there might be some sort of emotional manipulation here as well. So I do see that there is let me just see, hold on a second. I do see that there is confusion that is on the relationship. But I do see something is going to improve. There's some sort of knowledge, that is helping to close a chapter here. Maybe you have some sort of strategy, or there's some sort of strategy that is going to improve a situation here. You might receive advice connected to this connection. Maybe there is an advisor, but it also might be that this is a very strong connection, or very influential in some shape or form. Let's see. I do see there are really large or big challenges that are also connected to a situation that is confusing. I do see you're going to receive help to create this positive change here. I do see a new beginning for you. So there is a new beginning in your life, and there's a solution. We do see a solution here, a certain new beginning in your life that is going to be very significant. Like I said, I see you as being emotional, so also very intuitive in the upcoming month. So really trust your gut, trust your intuition. I know a couple of things seem to be confusing here, connected to this situation that seems to be challenging. And for some of you, this is about independence, financial independence. For some of you, this might connect to a withdrawal or a separation. Because if I have a look into the house, or these cards have different placement, or these are all different placements, this is the house of challenges. And I can see that what is challenging is a divorce, a separation, a withdrawal. Maybe what's challenging is that you feel isolated, that you feel alone. Maybe what is challenging is some sort of control. Maybe there might be some sort of financial control, or something that is restrictive. Maybe financially restrictive, but also keep in mind that this is not just finances, it's also how you feel. So maybe you feel alone with something. Maybe you feel restricted in some shape or form. That's something that I can see here as being challenging. There is a cut in your life. Something seems to be quite radical here. So the scythe tells me about a radical cut. Something that is very significant, because in German we say, and I think I said this now to probably like all of the readings I've already done, but it's einschneidendes Erlebnis. Erlebnis means experience or event. Yeah. And einschneidend is if it is cutting. I don't know if you have the same word in English, but it's like a cutting experience or a cutting event, something where, okay, now things are just different. It might have to do with something connected to love, but also this whole thing going to bring an improvement. For some of you connected to love, the scythe can talk about an ex as well. So there might be some sort of improvement connected to a next situation here. There are news coming in for you. I feel like news are going to make you a little bit nervous, but this news that is coming in is also helping for some sort of change that is positive. Possibly lies being exposed, manipulation being exposed. Or it could also mean that some sort of change has been delayed. But I feel like now news is coming in, and the change that you have been waiting for connected to a specific situation is finally, it's happening now. Something in a relationship could be brought to light. Also, I see that there might be a relationship in your life that is very supportive, gives you energy, gives you strength. So the best card of the deck is in your house of relationships, which basically talks about successful relationship, happy relationship. There is warmth in a relationship. So I do see that there is a certain amount of support, especially with the bear being next to it. Very supportive, protective energy connected to a situation here that is very karmic, very destined, where you probably feel like a little bit burdened. I do see there already has been a change in the past. It was connected to karma, but also it was very difficult and like a burden. And what was difficult was the conflict here. So the karma, or the burden, the thing that you carried and that made everything so difficult, was conflict and maybe something connected to guilt, conflict. There has been communication that brought up a conflict as well, maybe communication about a conflict. So I see there's some sort of arguments here as well, which could be about feelings or could be about money. I see there is now communication about long-term development. For some of you, looking at everything that I see here, it might mean that there's a stressful situation connected to something that is dear to your heart. But I also see a situation connected to love or something that is dear to your heart that is developing quite well. In the house of love, I see an offer. I see friendship, an offer, compliments, beauty. I see something is flowering. So I feel like something connected to what is dear to your heart or your love life is developing really beautifully. It's growing. There's growth. There's beauty. Maybe a nice offer. One sec. Let me see what else. What I can see here is I see the topic of relationships and connections, that there has been a very destined energy in the past, a very protective energy in the past. So there might have been, and even the house is protective energy, because the house is where we withdraw, where we feel protected from outside influences. So I do feel like there is some sort of connection or relationship in your life that kind of like brings you peace and harmony, where there is a good foundation. And you know what, I actually what just came in was that's like heaven sent, like guardian angel, kind of like you have people in your life, maybe a very specific person, maybe it's more people, because obviously the ring can talk about any sort of relationship. But I do see that the universe, the higher power, send you people into your life to balance, to feel safe, to feel grounded, where there is a good foundation. Okay, what else? There's definitely a decision. Some communication leading to a decision also connected to a relationship here. The public, the outside, the environment in some shape or form relevant here. So there is a decision that is connected to your environment, to the public. and the public being in some shape or form involved, and there's communication involved. So possibly it could originate in the conflict energy, in arguments, etc., leading to a decision connected to the public, connected to your environment, which then again leads to a specific relationship. And that is all connected to love, or something that is dear to your heart. There is a message, there's a message coming in. For some of you, this is connected to an ex. A message coming in, some sort of movement, action being taken that is going to bring a relief, or it's going to make things a bit easier. But I can also see that this topic is kind of like stressing you out and takes away your inner peace. And I mean, it is connected to, if you so there are different kind of how you can combine the cards in a large spread. I'm not going to go into depth of explaining how I do this, but you can mirror the cards as well. So a situation in love, or someone that you love or loved, or something connected to love or your heart, or something that is dear to your heart, there's emotional stress. And for some of you, this is about lies and deceit and someone not being honest and open. For some of you, this is connected to some sort of strategy. Maybe not being quite sure, is this right, is this wrong, is this the right approach? Which is super interesting that I'm doing this now, because I've just done a reading for my German channel where I do the process of the soul tarot, like each Wednesday. And this is literally what just came up as the general collective energies. So yeah, super interesting to just see this here for the collective of Taurus as well. All right, so especially what I find interesting also is the middle of the reading, the center. What's the center of the reading? A decision, there's movement, there's information coming in, possibly connected to an ex, connected to making a clean cut, a withdrawal, a separation. It might lead to some sort of protection here as well, because obviously the Tower is a very protective energy. So that's interesting that we see this here in the center again. And like I said, I do feel like there is some sort of improvement. Something is going to become easier. And there is definitely this change connected to another person. This person is in the house of stagnation. It might mean that this person is just stagnating. It might mean that this situation with this person is stagnating. It might mean that there's a letting go or an ending connected to that person. Right, let's have a little deeper look here into business and finances. So I do see you're worrying a little bit about business. Something is developing, something is growing. We see, so the flowers, or the lilies in that case, stand for maturity, and maturity basically meaning that something is growing over time. So I feel like you're worrying connected to something connected to your business, something that maybe needs to mature, or you're worrying about something that needs to mature possibly. Maybe the lilies can also stand for harmony and balance, and maybe something connected to work is is bringing you out of balance. We do see, for some of you, there is the energy of stagnation next to the anchor being work. So hold on a sec. For some of you, this might relate to being self-employed or working alone. But I can see there's some sort of stagnation, ending or stagnation, that is slightly worrying you and adds up to a conflicting energy here. The conflict could also then, connected to work, relate to a contract, or connected to a conflict connected to communication in some shape or form. At the same time, we do have the energy of growth and long-term energy here. But I feel like something is a little bit... There is the question connected to work. Is this right? Is this wrong? Is this the right approach? Some sort of worry about some sort of balance. or peace and harmony, or something that needs to mature. I see big finances here. I see maybe you are working as a coach or a teacher, or you have an advisor here, maybe a financial advisor here. There is the energy of new beginning. Maybe you make yourself like, maybe you're gonna be self-employed now, because we have a new beginning connected to being alone or working alone or self-employment in that sense. So there could be something new. Could be also a big company. I see big company or big money, big finances. But there is some sort of choice, and I feel like you're questioning if something is the right choice, and something is nagging on you. Maybe you want to close down something, end something connected to work, or maybe you feel like something that you were doing for a long time, that something needs to change. You want to let go of something here, questioning, is this right, is this wrong, is this the right intuition that I have, or is it gonna bring myself more out of balance? Connected to finances, very interestingly, this is the house of finances, so I do see them as stable and secure. That's a good thing. We see the finances here in the house of the, which is interesting, in the house of the Tower. Now the Tower being something that is challenging you in the upcoming month. So finances might challenge you, financial independence might challenge you, maybe financial restriction in that regards might challenge you, or some sort of financial structure might challenge you. However, what I also see is that there is success. So there's some sort of vision, some sort of well, the Star card is literally, this is why I created the deck like that. It's about reaching for the stars. Could be being in a high position, could even talk about fame, and therefore in that regard success. So I do see the energy of success here, and also about protection, especially in this row. I feel like you want to protect your finances, you want to maybe have an advisor here. There is a good foundation connected to your finances, maybe a house playing a part here as well. And like I said, this is protection, this is protection, this is protection. So there's a lot of protection energy surrounding your finances. There is communication, some sort of maybe there's some sort of contract, which might be a solution for long-term success, connected to finances. A contract, or some important communication, some restructuring in some shape or form. Maybe you want to also save some money here. Always when the fox is next to the money, I would always say be careful for false expenses. So if you don't need to, especially just, this is a monthly reading, so within the upcoming month, just be mindful to not overspend, because when there's the fox, there might be something where it's important to just be a bit careful. But I also feel like you are considering your choices. You want to take action, you want to take an opportunity and a chance, but maybe you are a little bit torn. Is this right? Is this wrong? But I see finances growing. I see strong finances. Just be in the upcoming month a bit careful. There is a decision. It's about saving, having a good foundation, a lot of communication, possibly self-employed, or some sort of restriction maybe connected to finances. Restriction, control, self-employed, independence. These are the topics basically. And I can see something is going to improve here. So that's beautiful. Clover being on the, you have luck with finances. Something is going to improve, especially through that communication with the public. Maybe you are communicating with the public. You could express something in public, and that could bring in some lucky finances in some shape or form. There are also, I see this is more like, it feels like more in the past, but with some sort of influences into the here and now, some sort of challenges and stress and nervousness connected to finances. I do see in the past already you moved into the direction of success and clarity, but yeah, like it just feels like there is still, even though the energies are quite good, beside the fox, which just tells me be a bit careful, be a bit mindful. I feel like there's something else going on here where you do feel a bit stressed, maybe stressed connected to an ex, connected to a cut, connected to something. Could be hard work. That's the other part of it, right? So the scythe is hard work. So yeah, maybe you're stressed because you're really working hard for your finances. And so what we can see here could also mean that some sort of news is coming in. It's going to be hard work, but you're going to improve something connected to your love life or your heart. Right, I do feel like we are through with the reading. That's a very interesting month for you, Taurus. I do hope you resonate with this reading. If so, please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.